Alright, look. My name's James Williams Jr. and this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. And I'm gonna make this two-part video. And the reason I'm making this video is because I apparently hurt some people's feelings on Facebook. So let me make this 100% clear. I One, I'm not trying to victim blame anybody. But I've had this conversation at a very high dollar prep school today with the secretary. So let me have this conversation with y'all. And let me keep this shit 1000. This is what I posted on Facebook. I've done this before. And I've said this before. And I'm going to say this again. And if this offends you, specifically females, then it's good for you to actually take a look in the mirror and look at the choices that you have made. So let me be real about this shit. One, men, we're fucking stupid. Alright? When it comes to a female, we're not supposed to be emotionally attached, and we do dumb shit when we get emotionally attached. That much is 1000% the truth. Alright? So you might not like what I'm saying, and you have the option of voicing your opinion, and I have the option of respecting it. But in respecting it, you need to respect my opinion. So let me break it down to you, because I'm a person who comes from a family of oops, fuck, I'm pregnant. Now let me explain that to you, for you assholes that I'm about to offend of the female persuasion. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be nasty. I've lost family members on my mother's side and my father's side to domestic violence because of women who are mad at me about what I just fucking post. Well, let me explain this to you. I know for a fact you cannot help who you fall in love with. I'm not judging you on that. What I'm judging you on is stupidity. You don't have to pursue the badass on the block to make a statement. You don't have to go after every badass guy who wants to do drugs instead of make something out of their life, like becoming a doctor, a lawyer, a fireman, a policeman, someone who can give black people, specifically young black men who are going to be dating your young black daughter, some fucking respect. Some men who can raise kids when you have them with them, so that guys like me, your big brother, your uncle, your father, don't have to do your fucking daddy baby's job. Or, let me be politically correct, the asshole that you slept with and got knocked up by because he lied to you and he had a big dick and a good lick, and you decided, hey, oops, fuck, I'm pregnant. So I posted this because that white man there beat the living shit out of a man who was beating his daughter's ass. And I respect this dude for beating the living shit out of a man who was beating his daughter's ass. But somewhere along the line, she also has to take accountability of meeting this motherfucker, breeding with this motherfucker, and bringing him home. Now see, you young women fail to understand the concept of domestic violence happens because of the people that you choose to date. Now, I'm not trying to victim blame, because a lot of people, you don't know a motherfucking thing about another motherfucker until you get to know them. Not because you're having sex or making babies, because that's when the truth comes out. That's when you find out if you had sex with a boy with a big dick and a lick, or a man who's going to fucking step up and do his goddamn job. And by no means ever should a man beat his girlfriend. If they're not into like really kinky S&M shit, then his hands or his fist should be here. Now, if she gives him consent to be in S&M, or if they're doing the nasty and she's talking about smack that ass, okay, then he should be smacking that ass, squeezing those breasts just a little bit harder. So I posted this video because I lost a cousin on my daddy's side to a jealous asshole who shot her. I lost a cousin on my mother's side to a jealous son of a bitch who shot her. So if you're mad at me about what I posted, well, maybe you need to look at some of the decisions that you women make. Y'all don't come after guys like me who want to go to college, who wants to do something with our lives. Y'all go after those motherfuckers with big money, roll up dollars and sniff coke and drink and smoke weed and do all this shit, and then they turn right around and knock your ass up, and if they're not whooping your ass, they're cheating on you. Y'all pick those guys. You don't pick the bookworm guy. You don't pick the comic book freak. You don't pick the guy who does kung fu. Thank you, Steven Seagal, for fucking that up for us. You don't pick the guy who wants to treat you like gold. The guy who worships the ground you fucking walk on. No. You young women, y'all want that motherfucker that's going to call you a bitch, a whore, a slut. And then y'all want to call sexual harassment or say some shit that don't need to be involved in shit, or something happens and the next thing you know you're understanding the backside or the palm of his hand. And then people like me come in. Big brother who knows martial arts. Big brother who's not afraid to beat the holy living fuck out of someone because they're beating my fucking daughter, because instead of going after the men that I suggested she go and try to date, she wants to go hard or go home and date these motherfuckers who wants to beat her ass. So at some point in time in life, we have to understand that sometimes our females make really stupid choices. And then when we try to correct those choices, you stab us in the fucking back. Yes, I was a victim of that too. Where a certain sibling of mine decided to date somebody, and I decided that I wanted to rearrange their face. But that shit didn't happen because Mommy Dearest thought that I was being a douchebag. And then, a couple of incidences later, oh, no, you still can't do that, but he can put his hands on your sibling, and when you decide you want to do the same to him as he do to them, the sibling decides that I'm a kung fu kicking faggot. Now, you want to know why I reposted that. You want to know why I'm making this video. Because apparently, I have offended some females on Facebook for reposting this shit. Only this time, I put a fucking 1000% true to life on that. You women get mad when we whistle at you. You women get mad if we look at you the wrong way. You women get mad if we compliment you. If we tell you you beautiful, you ready to have us locked the fuck up. Now, I understand if it's like one of those Harvey Weinstein sex things, or whoever the fuck else is gonna be out next week about this shit. You know, there's a thin line between right and wrong. A very thin line. And most of you women, whether you want to admit it or not, whether this video pisses you off, here's the fucking 1000. You pick these badass motherfuckers that go around, understand the back of my hand, bitch. Or, you're a whore, you're a slut, you stink, you wouldn't fuck me and my buddy, so now I'm going to fuck you. And I'm going to fuck you twice. Not only am I going to fuck you literally, but I'm going to fuck you over for the rest of your fucking life by impregnating your dumb ass, and then you're going to be stuck with me. And why does this happen? Because of you. I'm not victim blaming. I'm slapping y'all in the face with the 1000 that no one wants to hear, because no one likes a truth teller. No one. We, as adults, men and women of every ethnicity, have failed our little girls. We have failed them. Now, you might not want to accept it. You might not want to believe it. But I'm not a parent. But I know if God blesses me with a daughter, I will do everything in my power to make sure that she actually goes out and finds a man or a woman, because I'm open-minded. If my daughter wants to be a lesbian, hell yeah. Because when I get a divorce from her mom, I get to hit on her friends. Now, all jokes aside, most of the time, there is fear involved. I get that. Because women are afraid to leave men. Because men have a way of getting into their psyche and telling them that no one will love you like me. No one will love you at all. I'm going to go and tell everybody that you stink. I'm going to tell everybody that you don't know how to do this properly, and that you can't cook, and that you suck at everything that you do. And they get into your skull because you let them, and somewhere in the back of your head, somebody in your family have been telling you from the time that you were a little girl and to the time you are a grown woman that you just don't measure the fuck up. And most of the time, that falls in on fathers. So if you're going to be a father and you have a daughter, you need to treat your daughter as an equal to your son. And not figure, oh, my son's better because he has a dick and he can do things that girls can't do. Grow the fuck up. There is nothing that a little boy can't do that a little girl can't do just as well. It's all on how you raise them. And let me go back to what I just fucking said. We as parents have failed our girls in society. We have raised the generation of gold diggers, or sluts, or girls who have body shaming and images where they meet one guy who tells them that he loves them and then they have sex with them and get knocked up and have to deal with this asshole for the rest of their life because we men as fathers are not there for our daughters because we're assholes and we were raised by fathers who only wanted sons and didn't raise their daughters with the same mentality as we raise our sons. So break the fucking chains and the goddamn glass ceilings. Gender does not matter. What matters is your child is healthy and safe. So this man who beat the asshole who beat his daughter's ass, I respect that shit. But there's a flip side to that. She did not have to continue dating this motherfucker. There are laws to keep people from stalking you, state to state. There are laws that will protect you. Now, whether the cops enforce them or not, it's a whole nother ball game because a bunch of cops, some of y'all motherfuckers is pussies. I'm sorry. As a fucking former military man, I can tell you straight the fuck up, some of y'all motherfuckers is pussies. I'll be the first to admit, I'm a coward. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid of what the fuck you're gonna make me do to you so that I'm going to be alive and you're not. Now, y'all might not have liked what I wrote on that video, but ask yourself at 21, what kind of decisions did I make? Ask yourself at 17 and 18, especially you women who have had babies before you actually had a fucking plan. What kind of man did I have this baby with? Is he still there helping me today? Is he co-parenting even though he's living a life of luxury with another chick? That in the back of my mind I'm slightly jealous over. What does she have that I don't have? Because vaginas are all the fucking same. Believe what you want. Say what you want. Like what you want. Do what you want, but remember, everything I just said has a fucking consequence. And if you aren't woman enough to know that, then you kind of get what you ask for. Now let me get real. Let me get real. Because I know I just offended half the females on the fucking planet. But look at your life. How many men have you been with that has treated you like they worship the ground you walk on? You can walk in shit and that motherfucker will still clean your feet. How many of those men have you been with versus, oh, hey Adrian, I'm Rocky Balboa over here. I'm a badass. I'm Rambo. Now, I'm fucking Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. Oh, you don't want to be my bitch? Understand the palm of my hand. The first time a man put his hands on you in a relationship that's not in a consensual or sexual manner, that motherfucker need to hit that door. Or that door needs to hit him. Or you need to have big brother or daddy throw him to the door while it's still fucking closed. Because see, if more men stepped up and raised their daughters properly, and if more women stopped trying to tell a girl, oh no, you need to find a man to take care of you, and hey, you got 5 fingers and 5 toes, you fully capable of using that brain to get an education and a job and take care of your goddamn self, then maybe we wouldn't have so much domestic violence. And maybe if you women actually scream, motherfuckers, before you decide to take them home and ride the pole because they have a big dick and a good lick, you might not find yourself behind somebody else's fucking hand. Now, you might not like what I said in this video. I get that. But here's the thing. How much of that shit is not true? How much of that shit is not true in your life? When you look back, you have a 10-year-old daughter, but her daddy treated you like dog shit, and her daddy's still not in her life at this point, at this time, at this day. Who's not right now? Me. Because you're going to find some excuse for that asshole that knocked you up, who won't come to your little girl's ballet recitals, who won't come to gymnastics, who won't spend 5 minutes of his time with her. Oh, he gets her this weekend. He gets her this weekend, and you know what's going to happen? He's going to take her to his mom's house. She's going to learn how to cook with grandma. She's going to learn how to fish with daddy. But what's going to happen is she's going to learn how to cook with grandma for the whole fucking weekend. Daddy going to be gone, finding another little girl to have sex with. Well, his little girl is at mama's house. Why? Because mothers and fathers aren't raising men to be men. Because fathers do teach their sons about chicks, but not the positive things that you can have with a chick. Just hit them, forget them, and go. But see, when you hit and forget, and you don't use this shit, these are condoms. It's a bag of fucking condoms. They're used for a reason. They save lives and they prevent you from having an issue with someone for the next 18 to 25 years of your life. But you women don't want guys who are smart, who know if they're ready for children or not. You want that motherfucker that's gonna understand the back of my hand, bitch. Roll over, bitch. I'm leaving you, bitch. You're my fucking slut puppy whore. You're not my main squeeze, because I have a main squeeze somewhere else in another city, in another state, and I was just passing through. I've knocked you up, and now I got nothing better to do other than leave. But those aren't the really bad guys. The really bad guys are the ones who clench their fist and put them to your ass for absolutely fucking no reason. Oh, you smiling at that nigga we walking down the street and you smiling at him? When we get home, you know it's out. Then you gotta go to work and try to find makeup that fix your skin tone so that no one at work knows that your ass is getting kicked on a fucking daily basis. And why is that? Because you chose that motherfucker. You didn't choose the guy that you smiled at, that you've probably known, and he's doing well, and he has a decent job, and you're not paying his rent plus your rent and taking care of your kids. No. You chose the asshole that's whooping your ass on a fucking daily basis. And now you're too scared to leave him, and you have his kid, so you're pretty much in a rock and a hard place, and you're mad at me for making a video about the shit that women choose to do. Now, if this video has pissed you off, I've only just fucking begun. Hang on to part 2. Be seeing you.